Welcome back to our channel. Throughout their long and meaningful lives, the Stoics mastered not only the art of self-discipline and emotional resilience, but also the subtle nuances of human behavior among their many insights. One stands out as particularly relevant in the modern world: the ability to decipher the intentions of others, especially in matters at the heart. Understanding the psychology of women, while often perceived as complex, can be demystified with a little knowledge and observation. In this episode, we're diving into the key signs that a woman is into you, and not just being friendly. Too often, men find themselves stuck in a grey area, unsure whether a woman's actions stem from genuine interest or mere politeness. This uncertainty can be frustrating and confusing, but by the end of this video, you'll have a clearer understanding of the signals to look for, whether you're trying to figure out a new acquaintance or someone you've known for a while. These signs will help you determine if she's genuinely into you. Before we get started, make sure to watch this video until the end to fully grasp the concepts we are about to explore. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts or experiences. Have you ever found yourself questioning whether a woman was interested in you? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might help someone else, and of course share this video with anyone who might benefit from these insights. Now let's dive in. Chapter 1: She runs into you a lot. Subtle stalking. One of the most telling signs that a woman is into you is when she seems to run into you more frequently than what could be dismissed as mere coincidence. These seemingly chance encounters, whether at work, the gym, your favorite coffee shop, or even at social events, are often anything but accidental. In reality, she's likely suddenly orchestrating these run-ins to create opportunities for interaction, all without being obvious about her intentions at first glance. This behavior might not seem like a big deal. However, it's important to understand that when a woman is interested in someone, she often goes out of her way to be where he is. This isn't always a conscious decision on her part. In many cases, it's driven by a subconscious desire to be near you, to increase her chances of being noticed by you, and to cultivate a sense of familiarity. While it might not be the type of stalking you'd see in a thriller movie, it's definitely a form of subtle stalking, done with the hope that you'll start to see her in a different light. This behavior is a significant indicator of her interest because it reflects her willingness to invest time and effort into being in your orbit. She's not simply hoping to bump into you by chance. She's making calculated moves to ensure these encounters happen. When you notice a pattern of accidental run-ins, especially in places where you wouldn't normally expect to see her, it's a strong signal that she's trying to create opportunities for deeper engagement from a Stoic perspective. This is where your powers of observation and discernment come into play. The Stoics value the ability to see things as they are, without being clouded by wishful thinking or emotional bias. So when you find yourself encountering a particular woman more often than usual, it's worth asking yourself some pointed questions. Does she seem genuinely surprised when you run into each other? Or does she appear pleased, as if she expected it? Does she use these moments as a chance to strike up a conversation? Or does she seem eager to engage with you in some meaningful way? Her reactions during these encounters can reveal a great deal about her true intentions. Moreover, consider the context and timing of these run-ins. If she's frequently showing up in places where you spend a lot of time, especially if those places are not part of her usual routine, it's a strong indication that she's going out of her way to be around you. This behavior can manifest in various ways. She might suddenly develop an interest in activities you're passionate about start attending events you frequent, or conveniently be around at times when she knows you'll be there. All of these actions suggest that she's interested in creating more opportunities to interact with you, and recognizing this pattern is crucial in understanding her feelings. However, It's essential to approach this situation with caution and a balanced perspective. Running into someone occasionally doesn't necessarily mean she's into you. Context is key here. If these encounters happen regularly and are coupled with other signs that we'll discuss in this video, then it's safer to assume that she's more than just being friendly. The Stoics often emphasize the importance of not jumping to conclusions, instead advocating for rational judgment based on clear evidence. This wisdom is particularly relevant when interpreting a woman's actions. Don't allow yourself to be swayed by wishful thinking, but also don't dismiss her efforts if they're consistent and frequent. For example, let's say you visit a certain cafe every morning before work, and suddenly she starts showing up there too, even though it's out of her way. Or perhaps you're a regular at a local gym, and she suddenly decides to switch her workout schedule to align with yours. These aren't mere coincidences, they're deliberate attempts to create situations where you might notice her from her perspective. It's a way to build ROR without being too forward, allowing her to gauge your reaction and interest. Another point to consider is how she behaves during these encounters. Does she seem to linger longer than necessary? Does she initiate conversations or ask questions that keep the interaction going? Women who are interested will often take advantage of these accidental meetings to create a connection, even if it's just through small talk. This is her way of testing the waters, seeing how you respond, and whether there's potential for something more. In summary, when a woman is into you, she'll find ways to see you more often, using these encounters as a low-risk method of building a connection. These run-ins are her way of getting closer to you without making an over-declaration of her feelings. The next time you accidentally run into her, take a moment to reflect on whether it's truly a coincidence or if there's something more deliberate at play. Remember, the Stoics taught us to be mindful, to observe without judgment, and to act with clarity. By applying these principles, you'll be better equipped to discern her true intentions and respond in a way that aligns with your own values and goals. Chapter 2. She gives signs she is single. Another strong indicator that a woman is more than just being friendly is when she subtly or overtly signals that she is single. This might seem straightforward, but the way she communicates her availability can speak volumes about her interest in you. Women who are interested in someone will often go out of their way to let that person know they're available, either through direct conversation or more subtle cues. For example, she might casually mention that she doesn't have any weekend plans, or drop hints about not having a boyfriend. These are not random statements. They're deliberate attempts to communicate her availability from a Stoic perspective. It's important to recognize these moments and understand their significance. Stoics value the power of observation and the ability to see beyond the surface of things in the context of relationships. This means being aware of the subtle signals someone might be sending you. When a woman is interested, she may also talk about past relationships in a way that emphasizes her current single status. She might discuss her ex in the past tense, or she may even express how she's enjoying her independence. These discussions serve a dual purpose. They provide you with information about her relationship status, while also giving her a chance to gauge your reaction. If she senses that you're interested, she might become more open and direct about her feelings. Additionally, consider how she reacts when the topic of relationships comes up. If she's quick to point out that she's not seeing anyone or that she's open to new experiences, it's a clear sign that she wants you to know she's available. Women who aren't interested typically won't go out of their way to emphasize their single status. Instead, they might remain vague or even avoid the topic altogether. The fact that she's bringing it up, especially in a context where it isn't necessary, suggests that she wants you to see her as a potential partner from a Stoic perspective. It's also important to consider the context and timing of these conversations. if she's bringing up her single status in situation to where it feels natural and relevant, it's likely a sign of interest. However, if she's doing so in a forced or awkward way, it might be worth considering whether she's trying too hard to send a message. Stoics valued honesty and straightforwardness. So while it's important to recognize subtle cues, it's also crucial to ensure that you are not misinterpreting her intentions. Another subtle way a woman might signal her availability is through her body language, for instance. She might make a point of not wearing a ring on her ring finger, or she may even draw attention to her bare hand. She might also stand closer to you or make prolonged eye contact when discussing relationships, creating a sense of intimacy that isn't present in more casual interactions. These non-verbal cues are just as important as what she says, and they often provide even clearer insights into her feelings. Women might also use social media to signal their single status. For example, she might post more photos of herself out with friends, highlighting her independence and social life. She may also engage with your posts more frequently, commenting or liking them in a way that suggests she's paying attention to you. This type of behavior indicates that she wants to keep herself on your radar, suddenly reminding you that she's single and interested. In summary, when a woman goes out of her way to let you know she's single, it's a strong indication that she's interested in more than just friendship. Whether through direct conversation, subtle hints, or non-verbal cues, she's trying to make it clear that she's available and open to the possibility of a deeper connection. The Stoics taught us to be mindful and observant, to see beyond the surface and understand the deeper meaning behind people's actions. By applying these principles, you can better interpret her signals and respond in a way that aligns with your own intentions. Chapter 3. She touches you, or on purpose. Physical touch is one of the most powerful indicators of attraction. When a woman is interested in you, she'll often find subtle ways to make physical contact. This might be a light touch on the arm, a playful shove, or even a brush of her hand against yours. These seemingly small gestures are actually significant indicators that she's attracted to you and wants to establish a closer connection. From a Stoic perspective, physical touch can be seen as a form of nonverbal communication, conveying feelings and intentions that words alone might not express. The Stoics believed in the importance of understanding and interpreting the signals that others send. And this is particularly relevant when it comes to physical touch. When a woman initiates contact, she's not just being friendly, she's testing the waters to see how you respond and whether you're receptive to her advances. It's important to note that the context and frequency of these touches matter. A woman who is interested in you will often touch you more frequently and in more intimate ways than she would with someone she views as just a friend. For example, she might place her hand on your shoulder while talking to you, or she might brush her leg against yours while sitting next to you. These actions are deliberate and are meant to create a sense of closeness and intimacy. Another key aspect to consider is how she reacts to your touch. If she seems to welcome it or even initiates more touch in response, it's a clear sign that she's into you. On the other hand, if she seems uncomfortable or pulls away, it's a sign that she might not be as interested. The Stoics value the ability to read and interpret the emotions of others, and this is crucial when trying to understand a woman's feelings through her physical actions. In addition to intentional touches, pay attention to how she behaves in more casual situations. Does she find excuses to be close to you, like sitting next to you or standing closer than necessary? Does she seem to linger in your personal space, even when it's not required? These subtle behaviors are often indicative of her desire to be closer to you, both physically and emotionally. Physical touch can also serve as a way for a woman to gauge your interest by initiating contact. She's testing your reaction, whether you reciprocate, pull away, or remain neutral. Your response can either encourage her to continue you or signal that she should back off. This dance of touch and response is a delicate balance, and it's one of the ways that attraction is communicated without words. Furthermore, consider how she touches you compared to how she interacts with others. If she's more physical with you than with her other friends, it's a strong indication that she sees you differently. She might be more reserved in her interactions with others, but with you, she's more open and tactile. This contrast is important to recognize as it highlights her unique interest in you. However, it's also important to be aware of boundaries and ensure that the physical contact is mutual and comfortable for both parties. The Stoics believed in respecting others and maintaining balance in relationships. While physical touch can be a sign of attraction, it should always be consensual and appropriate to the context. If you're unsure about her intentions, it's always best to communicate openly and ensure that you're both on the same page. In conclusion, when a woman makes a point of touching you, it's a strong sign that she's interested in more than just friendship. Through light effort touches or more intimate contact, she's trying to create a connection, and see how you respond by being mindful of these gestures and considering the context. You can better understand her feelings and decide how to proceed. The Stoics taught us to observe carefully and act with intention, and these principles are just as relevant in the realm of relationships. Chapter 4. She asks deep personal questions about you. When a woman is interested in more than just friendship, she'll often go beyond surface-level conversations and start asking deeper, more personal questions. This is a clear sign that she's trying to get to know you on a more intimate level and is genuinely interested in who you are as a person. These questions are her way of exploring your thoughts, feelings, and experiences, all while creating a stronger emotional connection from a Stoic perspective. Asking deep questions is a way of seeking knowledge and understanding both of oneself and others. The Stoics valued meaningful conversations and believed that true connections are built on a foundation of mutual understanding and shared values. When a woman takes the time to ask you about your life, your dreams, your fears, and your beliefs, she's not just making small talk. She's trying to understand what makes you tick and whether you're compatible on a deeper level. These conversations often start innocuously, but can quickly delve into more significant topics. She might ask about your family, your childhood, your aspirations, or your thoughts on important life issues. These aren't just idle curiosity. They're questions designed to reveal your character and values by learning more about you. She's trying to determine whether you're someone she can connect with on a deeper, more meaningful level. Pay attention to the types of questions she asks and how she responds to your answers. If she seems genuinely interested in your responses, asking follow-up questions and engaging in the conversation, it's a strong sign that she's invested in getting to know you better. She's not just listening to be polite. She's listening because she cares about what you have to say and wants to understand you more fully. Additionally, consider how these conversations make you feel. If you find yourself opening up to her in ways that you don't with others, it's a sign that she's creating a safe space for deeper connection. The Stoics believed in the importance of self-reflection and honesty in relationships. When you feel comfortable sharing your thoughts and feelings with her, it's an indication that she's fostering an environment of trust and openness, which is essential for any meaningful relationship. Moreover, asking deep personal questions can also be a way for her to show her vulnerability and encourage you to do the same by sharing her own experiences and thoughts. She's inviting you to reciprocate, creating a bond that goes beyond superficial interactions. This exchange of personal information helps to build intimacy and trust, key components in any romantic relationship. It's also important to note that the depth and intensity of these conversations can vary depending on the context. If you're spending time together in a more private or relaxed setting, She might feel more comfortable asking these questions. On the other hand, if you're in a more public or casual environment, she might keep things lighter but still find ways to subtly probe into more personal territory. The Stoics emphasize the importance of context and appropriateness in all interactions, and this is particularly relevant when it comes to deep conversations. In conclusion, when a woman asks you deep personal questions, it's a clear sign that she's interested in more than just friendship. She's trying to get to know you on a deeper level and is genuinely interested in who you are as a person. By engaging in these conversations and being open to sharing your thoughts and feelings, you can create a stronger emotional connection and lay the foundation for a meaningful relationship. The Stoics taught us to value wisdom, honesty and understanding in all our interactions, and these principles are crucial when navigating the complications of romantic relationships. Chapter 5. She laughs at all your jokes. Laughter is one of the most universal signs of attraction when a woman is interested in you. She's likely to laugh at your jokes, even if they're not particularly funny. This doesn't mean that she's just being polite. Rather, it's a way of showing that she enjoys your company and is trying to build rapport with you. Laughter creates a positive, light-hearted atmosphere, and it's a powerful tool for fostering connection and intimacy. From a Stoic perspective, laughter can be seen as a form of shared joy and mutual understanding. The Stoics believed in the importance of finding contentment and happiness in simple things. And laughter is one of those things that can bring people closer together. When a woman laughs at your jokes, she's not just reacting to the humor, she's also signaling that she enjoys being around you and appreciates your sense of humor. It's important to pay attention to how often and in what context she laughs at your jokes. If she consistently finds your jokes funny, especially in situations where others might not, it's a strong indication that she's interested in you. Her laughter is a way of showing that she's ACH to you and enjoys the way you see the world. This shared sense of humor can be a powerful bonding tool, as it creates a sense of camaraderie and mutual understanding. Moreover, consider how her laughter affects the dynamic between you. Does it make the conversation flow more easily? Does it create a sense of comfort and ease when a woman is genuinely interested in you? Her laughter will often lead to a more relaxed and enjoyable interaction. This in turn can make it easier for you to open up and be yourself, further strengthening the connection between you. In addition to laughing at your jokes, she might also make an effort to engage in playful banter with you. This back-and-forth exchange of humor is another way of building rapport and creating a sense of intimacy. The Stoics valued wit and wisdom, and playful banter can be seen as a form of intellectual sparring that deepens the connection between two people. When she teases you or responds to your jokes with her own, she's not just having fun, she's also trying to create a deeper bond. It's also worth noting that her laughter might be accompanied by other signs of attraction, such as prolonged eye contact, a warm smile, or a light touch. These additional cues reinforce the idea that she's interested in more than just friendship. The Stoics taught the importance of being observant and aware of the signals others send, and by paying attention to these subtle signs, you can better understand her feelings and intentions. However, it's important to differentiate between genuine laughter and polite laughter. A woman who is truly interested in you will laugh in a way that feels natural and spontaneous rather than forced or obligatory. Her laughter will come easily, and it will be accompanied by a genuine sense of enjoyment. The Stoics emphasize the value of authenticity in all interactions, and this is particularly important when interpreting signs of attraction. In conclusion, when a woman laughs at your jokes, it's a strong sign that she's interested in you and enjoys your company. Her laughter is a way of building rapport, creating a positive atmosphere, and signaling her attraction. By recognizing and appreciating this, you can foster a deeper connection and potentially take your relationship to the next level. The Stoics taught us to find joy in simple pleasures and to be mindful of the signals others send, and these principles are key to understanding the role of laughter in romantic attraction. Chapter 6. She initiates physical contact. Physical touch is one of the most powerful non-verbal signals of attraction. When a woman is interested in you, she may find subtle ways to initiate physical contact. This could be as simple as brushing her hand against yours, playfully, tapping your arm during a conversation, or finding excuses to get closer to you physically. These gestures, though small, can speak volumes about her feelings and intentions. The Stoics believed in the importance of understanding human behavior and emotions, even though they advocated for control over one's own emotions. Recognizing the significance of touch in human interaction is crucial for interpreting a woman's interest. Physical touch often bypasses the need for words, allowing emotions to be communicated directly and powerfully. Pay close attention to how often and in what context she touches you. If she consistently finds ways to initiate physical contact, it's a strong indicator of her attraction. For example, she might lean in closer during a conversation, touch your arm when making a point, or find reasons to be near you in social situations. These gestures indicate that she feels comfortable around you and desires a closer connection. It's also important to observe how she reacts when you initiate physical contact. If she responds positively by reciprocating the touch, smiling or moving closer, it's a clear sign that she's open to a deeper physical connection. On the other hand, if she seems uncomfortable or pulls away, it might indicate that she's not ready for that level of intimacy. The Stoics emphasize the importance of respecting others' boundaries, and this principle is particularly relevant when navigating physical touch in romantic situations. Additionally, the type of touch can vary depending on the context. In more formal or public settings, the touches might be more subtle, like a light touch on the shoulder or a brief brush of the hand. In more private or relaxed environments, the touches might become more prolonged or intimate, such as a lingering hand on your arm or a playful nudge. The Stoics taught the importance of context in all interactions. Understanding the nuances of physical touch is key to interpreting a woman's intentions. It's also worth noting that some women might be more naturally tactile than others. Cultural background, personal comfort levels, and past experiences can all influence how a woman expresses herself through touch. However, when a woman goes out of her way to initiate physical contact with you, especially in ways that seem intentional and affectionate, it's a strong sign that she's attracted to you. In conclusion, when a woman initiates physical contact, it's a clear indication of her interest in you. These subtle gestures of touch convey her desire for a closer connection and can be a powerful sign of romantic attraction. By being attuned to these signals and responding appropriately, you can foster a deeper connection and potentially take your relationship to the next level. The Stoics taught the importance of understanding human behavior and emotions, and this wisdom is invaluable when interpreting the role of physical touch in romantic attraction. Chapter 7. She mirrors your body language. Mirroring is a powerful psychological phenomenon where one person subconsciously imitates the gestures, posture, and expressions of another. When a woman is interested in you, she's likely to mirror your body language as a way of building rapport and creating a sense of connection. This behavior is often unconscious, but it's a strong indicator that she's achieved to you and wants to establish a bond. The Stoics emphasize the importance of observation and self-awareness, and understanding the concept of mirroring can provide valuable insights into a woman's feelings. When she mirrors your body language, she's essentially signaling that she's in sync with you both physically and emotionally. This mirroring can create a sense of harmony and mutual understanding, which are key components of any successful relationship. Pay attention to how she positions herself in relation to you. If you cross your arms, does she do the same? If you're leaning closer, does she mirror that movement? These subtle cues can reveal a lot about her level of interest and attraction. Mirroring is a way for her to communicate that she's on the same wavelength as you, which can be a powerful indicator of romantic interest. In addition to physical gestures, mirroring can also extend to vocal patterns and speech. If you notice that she starts to match your tone of voice, speech, rhythm, or even word choice, it's a strong sign that she's trying to build with you. This kind of verbal mirroring is another way of creating a sense of connection and intimacy. It's also important to consider the context in which the mirroring occurs. If she consistently mirrors your body language in different settings, whether you're having a deep conversation, enjoying a casual outing, or even just sitting together, it's a strong indicator that she's genuinely interested in you. The Stoics taught the value of consistency in behavior, and this principle applies to understanding the significance of mirroring in romantic interactions. Furthermore, mirroring can be a sign of comfort and trust. When a woman feels at ease around you, she's more likely to mirror your actions, because it reflects her desire to establish a connection. This mirroring can create a feedback loop, where the more she mirrors you, the more connected you both feel, reinforcing the bond between you. However, it's important to note that not all mirroring is conscious or deliberate. Sometimes people mirror others simply because they feel comfortable and at ease without any romantic intentions. The Stoics believed in the importance of discernment, and this wisdom can be applied to interpreting mirroring behavior. Look for other signs of attraction in conjunction with mirroring to get a clearer picture of her feelings. In conclusion, when a woman mirrors your body language, it's a strong sign that she's interested in you and is trying to establish a deeper connection. This subconscious behavior reflects her desire to create raya and harmony with you, which are essential components of any romantic relationship. By recognizing and responding to these cues, you can strengthen the bond between you and potentially take your relationship to the next level. The Stoics emphasize the importance of observation and self-awareness, and these principles are key to understanding the role of mirroring in romantic attraction, as we've explored throughout this episode. The subtle signs a woman displays can reveal a lot about her true feelings, from the seemingly coincidental run-ins to the deliberate physical touch and mirroring of your body language. These behaviors are often much more than mere friendliness. They are signals of her interest in you. The Stoics, in their wisdom, mastered the art of observing and interpreting human behavior without allowing emotions to cloud their judgment. By applying this same mindset, you can better understand the intentions behind a woman's actions and avoid jumping to conclusions. Recognize the patterns, be mindful of the context, and trust your instincts. Guided by rationality and evidence, remember, attraction is a complex dance of signals, and while these mind can provide strong clues, it's essential to remain patient and be respectful in your interactions. Don't rush to conclusions or put pressure on the situation. Instead, allow the relationship to develop naturally with mutual respect and understanding. Thank you for watching this episode. If you've recognized any of these signs in your own experiences, or if you have stories to share, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who might find it helpful. Your engagement not only helps our community grow, but also sends a powerful signal that you dedicated to mastering the psychology of relationships. Until next time, remember to stay observant, stay mindful, and always seek to understand the deeper intentions behind the actions of others. The journey to mastering the psychology of attraction is ongoing, and with each step, you're becoming more attuned to the subtle language of human connection.